For me personally, when it comes to testing any syrups or purees, my first port of call is the daiquiri. I want to know how any syrup or puree performs in a daiquiri. Do we need to adjust it? Is it simple? Can we just substitute that for sugar syrup? So today I'm going to put this to the test. I'm going to do 3 daiquiris. I think I've kind of got the sort of 5 there. You could add passion fruit in there as well, but I've kind of got the 5 flavours. I'm going to go for a prickly pear. You all want to know how the strawberry works. I get that. So a strawberry daiquiri. And I think for my own personal thing, I think I'm going to guava as well. And that's only because I know full well that the pineapple works amazingly well in a daiquiri. This has been road tested plenty. So first up, I think I'm going for a guava daiquiri in a Nick and Nora, so without ice. So the actual guava syrup puree has got to be thin enough to kind of work in that sort of situation. When you've got ice in there, like I'm going to serve for a cocktail too, the strawberry daiquiri, that kind of adds a little bit to the dilution. But I want to know if these are thin enough to still get that sort of classic daiquiri kind of thing. So whatever your ratio is for a daiquiri, I'm normally a 5, 50 ml, 2, 20 ml, 15 ml of sugar. When I do fruity daiquiris, I do up that slightly to 5 to 2. So I match the sugar with the lime juice. So I'm going 50 ml, 20 ml of lime juice, and I'm gonna do, for this one, we're gonna do guava syrup, 20 ml of guava. Now you can, the back of the bottle does say 30 ml per serving, so you find your own personal favourite sort of ratio. But I'm just gonna sort of test this out as a 5 to 2. Should be, if you can see that pouring, it should be runny enough. It's got a little bit of thickness to it, but it's not really thick and gloopy like some of the other purees that we have. We're just gonna double strain. That looks superb. Right, there's a little bit of thickness there. Obviously not going to be as thick as a puree, but obviously a little bit thicker than your sort of standard classic kind of daiquiri. Yeah, that works. I love guava daiquiris. That's amazing. Oh, that's so good. So the second one we're going to do is a strawberry daiquiri. I haven't got a blender here. I know a lot of you would do a frozen strawberry daiquiri. Strackery, I like that. Frozen strackery. So I'm going to serve it up over crushed ice. Again, your rum. So I'm going to stick to the same ratios again. 50 ml of your rum of choice. 20 ml of lime juice. And now for this one, we are going for the strawberry. I know you lot love a strawberry puree. Right, and 20 ml. There we go, right. Look at that. See, that's nice. It's a lot thicker than a morning syrup or your traditional syrup, but not as thin as not as thick as the purees. So this should work a treat. And then just simply strain. Rocks glass. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Vibrant, fruity. That's really good. It is. That's 2 out of 2. The same sort of ratios. You don't need to add more. I dare say, if you want a 30 ml shot of puree in there, as I always say, you do you. I'm just sort of saying that 20 ml for someone of my palate that's got a little bit of a sweet tooth, that works perfectly. Now for the third variation, 50 ml of white rum, 20 ml of lime juice. Now, prickly pear. I don't think I've ever had this, ever, apart from tasting it with the finger. My head would go towards tequila and mezcal, but I think this is going to work perfectly in here as well. So 20 ml of prickly pear syrup. Look at that, you can see that. That's about the same as the guava earlier, a little bit thicker than the strawberry. Let's test this out. Don't normally serve daiquiris in martinis or coupe glasses. I like the little Nick and Noras, but let's go for it. A little bit thicker. There we go, perfect. Right, prickly pear daiquiri. Oh, wow, that's tasty. Oh, wow. That is crying, rum lovers, that is crying out for like an agricole or something like that. That is proper tasty. So there we go. Will the Reál Puree's infused syrups, 40-ish% on average fruit to 60% sugar, do their work in daiquiris? It's a resounding yes.